Hi everyone, it's Tara. Welcome back to Tara's Take. I have been thinking about doing this for a little bit now, and I've been seeing all these people post snippet strips and snippet stuff, and I'm like, yeah, that's been in my mind too. It's funny. It's like we go in cycles, and everybody's on the snippet strip cycle. So I decided I'd sit down and do that with you guys today. And so there are so many ways, as we all know, that you can do snippet strips and snippet rolls and stuff. I'm going to do a roll. I haven't made one in a minute, and I feel like I need to. And I feel like I know more what I want nowadays than I used to. So if you want to join in, what I'm using, I got this at Walmart, and it is just a receipt paper. Now what I want to do is create one with, I'm moving a couple of things out of my way. What I want to do is create one with this as my base, and then I'm going to add on top of this book page, because usually I would use book page, but I want to use vintage book page, and because that can be a little bit more fragile, I was thinking that I would base it first with this paper, which easily rolls, and then build on top of that. I also want to add some cloth and fabric. I did this once before and actually sold it in my shop, and it was super cute. And I did it in sections, but I used buttons and lace and trims and paper, and it just kind of combined, and then I even sewed it together, and it was really cute. And it was actually the first thing I ever sold in my Etsy shop. So I'm going to grab over here some book page that I have. I have my little folder full over here. And it doesn't matter. It can be whatever kind of book page you want. I'm going to use some vintage, probably actually older than vintage, some of it. Let's see, which one do I want to do? It's going to get covered up anyway, so it's not, I mean, it's just going to maybe stick out in spots. It's not going to be, you know, like really strongly seen or anything, but it'll be there. This one's not going to be quite as long. I would guess that this is probably about a foot and a half. About a foot and a half long. Okay. Usually I make them really long, but this one is for the video, and I don't want to have to have it all across my desk because I really don't have that much room. So I'm just taking this piece and splitting it in half because it's kind of a wide piece, and since it's super old and crumbly, it'll tear really easy. And I'm going to go ahead and bring it down a little bit more so that it's about the size of the paper I'm going to glue it to. Okay, whoopsie, very brittle paper. And where's my, here we go, let's see, am I open on any of my glues? I do believe this one will do. This is my Aleene's tacky glue. I don't know that I want to use my, I think I'll leave his picture up just in case he shows through. I don't believe I want to use any of the art glitter glue right now because I'm using the vintage paper, and as you know, I've mentioned before, sometimes it will make lines, and this glue spreads out better. It's a thicker glue, and it, you know, but it's got just as good a hold. So, and I'm just running the glue along there, and this, again, I'm going to bring this down to about the size. I'm just guesstimating here. Yeah. I kind of like that other side, so I'm going to use that. Do you guys like snippet rolls? I do, but when I made the one that I have, and I've used almost all of it, I made when I first started that I kept. I have a couple that are hanging that I haven't finished. Maybe we'll decorate those soon. They're fun. But when I started, I didn't know what a snippet roll, of course, was. And I went through, and that's one of those things I was talking about the other day, where I went through and just watched a bunch of videos and learned, you know, what they were and how to do them and how to use them. And, you know, because when you don't even know what something is, you're kind of like, when you make it with the person and you go, okay, now what do I do with it? I mean, that's how I felt. I don't know about everybody else, but for me, I was sitting back going, okay, now I need to look up videos of what to do with this thing. And of course, there are other people who ask that question, because there are videos out there to answer that question. Yeah, so don't ever feel, don't feel silly if you don't know what something is, or you're not sure how to use it. You know what I'm saying? Just don't ever let that bother you, okay? And feel like, oh, I don't even know what I'm doing. Don't do that to yourself, because seriously, none of us know what we're doing when we first start out. And then you kind of just acquire your own tastes in your own way. And I was thinking about doing this. Another reason was because I haven't made one since I first started. Not really. And I think I kind of know more now what I like, okay, and what I need, if you know what I mean. Like what my projects coming up are going to be, that kind of thing. I have an idea, and what I would like to use my snippet roll to decorate and things. So, yeah. So we've got that glued down, and you've got your little strip. And see, it's nice because it's just one piece of paper. Yeah, you've got the splits here, but that's okay. Your base is strong, you know. And I'm just going to trim this off and move my little extras out of the way, because, you know, I don't have a lot of space. We talk about that a lot. Let's see. I have so much stuff out still from working on other projects yesterday and stuff with you guys that I need to put away. And I kind of have a stack over here of stuff. So what I brought with me, I mean, everything's around me on my desk, but the things that I actually pulled out, I grabbed a few of my, you know, me and my bags, my pencil bags that I use from Walmart. So I grabbed a few things out of, you know, things I thought might look cute. And the other, sorry, I'm trying to put this back in its folder and it's not going. That's probably because I'm putting it in the wrong folder. There we go. Anyway, I'm back. I pulled out my little drawer that I use all the time with fussy cuts, and then I pulled out this bowl I have here at the desk, and then I have my distress inks, of course. And I'm telling you all this because if you want to join in, you'll want some type of paper that you can put into strips. It doesn't have to be book page. You don't have to have that cash register receipt. You can just, you know, tear down scrap of paper you don't like. Maybe you want to cover it up. Or you could tear down copy paper. It doesn't matter. Whatever you've got at hand. You don't need to go buy anything. But yeah, I brought some of butterflies, some little ads and cutie little things. I brought some ladies. And of course I have my other ones over here that are also the same type of stuff. I'm going to plug the phone in just in case, because you know sometimes how it dies. I don't want that to happen today. If I can just get the plug in. There we go. Awesome. Okay, so we're in. I want to make sure we're in the frame. Okay. And I just thought it would be fun. I've got also a few things that were sent to me from my sweet friend Laura. I actually brought along some stickers that were sent to me from Vanessa. I showed you in the video, and then some of the wallpaper pieces that I thought were cool from Laura. And I thought, you know what, these these might look really cool too. And if I use them right, I can kind of build, because what I want to do, and I agree with Tina, this is kind of what I do, is I do like sections of my piece will have a certain look. So like when I go to tear it down, you can look at it and see, oh, this section goes with this one, this section here, and it kind of, they match, you know what I mean? And yeah, so that's kind of how I do it as well, because I just think it's fun to do it like that. So I have a piece here that would go nicely. This is from when we made our embossing folders with the ink and the oxides. And I love this paper. I love how it turned out. It was a book page, I believe. Or, yeah, it was an old book page. And I just think it looks cute. So I'm just going to start tacking this down. I feel clumsy with this one. I haven't used it in so long, the big one, that I'm like, I'm holding it weird. It seems like I'm going to give this torn edges here. There we go. Let me just glance through here. First, I kind of wanted to lay out a little bit of a pattern. This is some of that Tim Holtz tissue on top of my painter's paper. Okay. And a lot of times I will always make sure I kind of distress around stuff a little bit. I didn't do that with those first two pieces, and I should have probably, because that's what I like, but okay. Maybe I will go back to my, now that I'm not working with the, I'm having a really hard time using the big bottle. That's kind of comical for me. Okay, I'm going to pause for just a second so I can clear this. Okay, guys, I'm back. So anyway, I switched bottles back to one of my shorter tipped micro bottles here. And I'm going to begin to just lay these out and kind of random and build little by little. I've got some music paper here. So you can use, you know, you can use digitals, fussy cuts, music paper, whatever you want. I'm just kind of wanting to get a base first that I will then kind of have some fun. Oops, I need to turn that because that's totally upside down and I don't really want that. But I just am going to try to build a base that I want to then decorate and yeah, just have some fun with. So it's more or less what I'm doing more or less right now is more collaging, you know. I am going to use some more of this beautiful, maybe I'll cut this one. I just want a piece of it to kind of spread. This is some more of that wallpaper that Laura gave me. And I'm going to that is so pretty. Look at that. The greens and the burgundy or maroon, I guess. More of a maroon, maybe. Just bringing some color, splashes of color underneath that we can build on. So, you know, I see so many different ways that these are done by people online, on YouTube. I mean, you know, you can find anything on there, of course, and then you get on there and it's just overwhelming how many different styles people do have. You can take a little bit from everybody. You can, you know, and create your own way of doing it. You can follow, you know, a person's basic formula, Or you can just dive right in and do your own, find your own formula, you know, by trial and error, and just using your imagination. Mostly snippet rolls are kind of organized collaging, I think, in a way. I'm leaving some of these pieces without glue in certain spots because I want them to overlap. So that's why I am not putting glue everywhere, because I want it to hang off in certain spots. Okay. And I also have some pages from Laura I'm going to use. So a book page to go on top. Doesn't look like much at first. I'm hoping it'll be better as I go. Like I said, I haven't done one in a while, so right now I'm just trying to lay out some color and some collaging underneath, and then as we move and layer up, we'll find it'll be more fun, because you start to see a picture evolve, and you start to get, like, I don't know, for me, I start to get more creative as the project moves along, because I start to be able to see something, a picture evolving, you know, from what I've laid down. If that makes sense. I don't always, actually, it's kind of rare that I jump into a project and go, oh, I know exactly what I'm going to do today. Now, I actually did that with our something challenge this week. I had an idea about what I wanted, and, you know, it exceeded my expectation, actually. It turned out prettier than I even thought it would, so that was nice. And I mean our something challenge with the kids. It was just fun. It turned out to be a lot of fun, so... Cordy really liked the journaling cards I made from the collage that we did. Okay. I think I'm going to put this more over here. I'm being very quiet, aren't I? I have another headache. I apologize. I am trying to battle through these. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to have to... I think I've been having a reaction to like the aspartame in diet soda. I think that's probably what's happening for me. And we can't afford to purchase I was drinking Zevia for my carbonation because it, you know, it's stevia, and it's more natural, you know, and it's not all the different sweeteners. But we can't really afford it right now. It's very expensive. And so I went back to drinking just regular carbonation. And yeah, I've been having headaches. So Courtney, I'm drinking water. You know, today I'm drinking water. So he's like, honey, please drink your water. And instead, you know, just drink the water. And he's right. So if I seem quiet, that's why. I took my painter's paper and just did some Tim Holtz tissue paper over it and made some fun little strips with that. Just for, I actually want to do a snippet roll with those as my base because I really like them. That paper, I love it. And I was thinking that would be fun. So that's another idea for you if you've handmade any tissue paper like we did on the channel that time, or if you have the Tim Holtz paper, collage paper, you could make yourself. And I did another one with this one. So I'm going to go ahead and use some of it. And now I'm kind of building the collage. I've got it, sorry, got a frog in my throat. I'm getting to where I'm starting to get a layer over that initial book page. And it's starting to have a little look to it. This part of it, I don't really care if there's a lot of rhyme or reason, because this is collaging just to get a background, you know. And so I'm not too worried about that. How it comes out, or if it totally matches or anything, because I am going to be covering this with some, you know, cute little pictures and stuff. Let's see how this, I keep forgetting to distress this. I just doing a little bit on the edges because it just gives it that little dark, you know, darker look around the edge. Sorry, kids. Keep coughing in your ear. Or clearing my throat in your ear. Anyway. Okay. So as you can see, the wallpapers and stuff are just poking out. You know, they're just getting that little feel to kind of cover without actually without any of it actually dominating, you know, just being there. Okay. I'm going to put that there. Okay. That, where do I want to put that? Let's do that one here. It's kind of like the word sonatina. Yeah, I've seen in the past couple days, not even really meaning to, but I ran across like probably, I don't know, 4 different YouTubers who were doing something with snippets, some type of snippet, and I just started laughing because I'm like, oh great, when I do mine it's going to look like I'm, you know, copying, but I'm really not. I have been going, okay, I need to do a snippet roll. I need to do a snippet roll. And I was thinking of different ways, you know, because there's, like I said, there's so many formulas that you can use. I mean, and so many supplies, you know, that you have in your stash that you can use. I'm going to end up covering this boy. I didn't want to, but it's kind of inevitable. He's getting covered. But yeah, and I was laughing. I'm like, you better do yours because people are just going to think, you know, just do it. Because otherwise, if everybody starts doing them, you're going to look like you're copying. And I'm really not. I had thought of it on my own and just happened to run across people doing them. So I thought that was funny. I do think things kind of go in cycles where we might do stuff, you know, certain types of things on, I notice, on the channels. And then that thing will kind of fade away, and then somebody will bring it back later, you know? And I think it's kind of funny. And I do that. I will go onto people's website or channels and find things they did, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago, and bring them back because nobody's done them for a minute, and it's a good reminder. I always, you know, I always tell when I've been inspired by somebody, but I think it's cool that we can go back in and pull these up, and because there's still really valuable and awesome things to create for our journals, and they just kind of get forgotten, you know what I mean? And they're fun. I mean, there's so many fun projects out there online that you can find and be inspired by. And then also, not everybody that watches me is going to watch the same people I watch, or going to run across the same videos I watch. That's why I told one of you the other day, you had sent on our Facebook group, you sent out a link for somebody's video for a cool project, and then you apologized to me, and I told you it's okay. I don't mind you guys doing that, because otherwise, you know, I might not do that project and nobody will ever know about it because I didn't do it, you know. If toes are ever stepped on, I let her know. I'll speak up, but you know, I don't feel that way. Thank you. I feel like we're all in this together, and we should help each other and not get, you know, petty and jealous or competitive. I don't like that. I've been in too many settings where the competition is high, in like even the ministry, in praise and worship teams, and you know, stuff, and it's not good. It's not good. It's like, encourage one another, be there for one another, you know, and help each other. That is what's good. That's what pleases the Lord, is for us to grow and to impact one another, and there does not have to be that spirit of competition. Or I know there's tons of competition out there, and I know that those of you that watch me are watching other people, and praise God, you know, because it'd be kind of boring if all you ever did was watch one person, you know. And I learned from all of them as well, so I don't know, I just think, am I making sense? You know what I mean, right? I don't think we should be in competition. That's all. I don't think there's a need for that. I think there's plenty of us, and that there's plenty to do, and we don't need to feel, you know, like our toes are getting stepped on. Or I've joined groups and unjoined groups because it was very self-focused on the person who started the group, to the point where I couldn't post some of the things I wanted to post simply because I wasn't using their digi, or I wasn't doing their challenge, or their, you know, their project. And I get it, like with the challenges, I wouldn't want to post other people's, you know, other groups' challenges on on all of them, because I mean, I get that, because it doesn't mean anything to everybody else necessarily, you know. But I do think there's a level of respect in, like, I love how Tanya is on Tabby Treasure. She is so helpful in promoting other people. She's just going to grow and be, you know, she's just a blessing. And I've told her that, because it's awesome. I know I can post on Tanya's group, and I keep it to a minimum, but I know that I'm welcome to post my videos or my link or whatever, you know. And I just think it's a blessing to be able to do that, because, you know, I don't know. It's not all about me. You know what I mean? Creatives Inspired Corner isn't all about Tara. It's about us. It's about all of us. And I like it that way. Oh, here we are. I was like, where'd that go? So if you guys see videos that you like and you want to, you know, let everybody know about it, feel free. It's okay. I'll probably want to know about it too. See, I'm thinking about this too much, aren't I? I'm trying to keep it away from, you know, and I need to get some things on the bottom here. So let's see. Talk myself into a corner and not, and then not know what I'm doing. Look down and realize I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Yeah, I want some stuff hanging off. I like that look. I do love this wallpaper, Laura. It's so pretty. Thank you so much for it. Honestly. Oh, and if you listen to our devotions, you know, I'm filming this for you guys, it'll be like last week. I'm on, I don't know, I guess last Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. So, and I think this video is either going up on Saturday of this week, or it might be next Thursday. But, so it's a ways away from when I am. But I was listening, or not listening, I was looking at our devotion that we did for this day, and it's the one about loving yourself, you know, about being good to yourself. And then one of you posted, because I posted my gift from Vanessa and my happy mail, and one of you, actually more than one of you, had said that I deserve it. And do you know what that old devil did? He had me saying out loud, I had to stop myself. I was like, what did I didn't do anything to deserve these wonderful gifts. Yeah, that was the first thing that came out of my mouth. And I'm being honest with you guys, because I think it's important that we all, you know, this is like a place for me. This is a place of accountability for one thing, but also it's just a place to let you guys know you're not alone, that that I struggle with the same things I'm talking to you guys about. And the Lord really, you know, gently reprimanded me and said, daughter, you know, and I was like, you're right, Lord, I know that they love me and I'm there for them, and they know that. So praise God. I'm like, I'm just not going to think about it any further than that. You know, it's not about, you know, it's just about being here with you guys and doing whatever I can and loving you and you loving me and us being good to one another, you know, and that's a blessing. And so, yeah, but the Lord really kind of was like, you just read that. And I said, yes, okay, I see it now again. And I told you, I go through it too. Just depends on the day and the circumstances, you know. That says Jones, like straight out. I got to keep that just because it's like the whole name, and I want to use that. So I'm going to keep that one to use here somewhere along this little. And as you can see, I'm trying to build so that there's stuff coming off of the snippet at the top and at the bottom. Okay, that's my goal. And I'm going to go ahead and put this down just because I think it's cute. I hope I don't cover it totally, but we'll see. It'll be peeking out somewhere, hopefully. Just didn't want to waste it. But anyway, yeah, so I was telling you that because I thought it was kind of ironic that I had that moment just today when that video came out today. And you guys were being so kind and loving to, you know, loving on me and telling me the things you told me, and I'm over here going, you know, you don't deserve it. You know, I don't know how to explain how the thought went through my head, because it sounds probably worse than it was, but I just immediately was like, oh, I just read them about loving themselves, you know, and caring, not talking down to themselves, and I'm over here telling myself, I don't deserve it. I didn't do anything special. I'm just, you know, doing what I feel like the Lord's put on my heart. And, you know, the problem is that we know ourselves, and we know that we're not perfect, and we know our thoughts and our bad habits, and you know what I mean. And because you know your inner workings and your mind and stuff, you have a chance, or you have a moment where you go, oh, I'm not, you know, I'm not good enough. I'm not this, I'm not that, or I've had a bad thought, or I said a bad word, or, you know, and we have all got those times. And I think that's the problem is that we know our own inner workings, and oftentimes they're not so great, right? You guys know what I mean. Sometimes I just feel like I'm rambling, and I apologize if that seems that way to you as well. Okay. No, you guys are, y'all are amazing people. You really are. I hope that other folks that you are with on YouTube appreciate you as much as I do. I know they do, because you bless, I know how much you bless them as well. And it's so much fun to get to be a part of your lives. I talked to one of you yesterday on the phone, and you know, just to have that, those relationships forming that are real relationships, not just, because I told you the other day, I never wanted to be famous. That's not a goal of mine. Yeah, I'm a human being. I like to be liked. Of course, every human being wants to be accepted, but and doesn't want to feel that rejection, you know, because the way that this person I spoke to yesterday said it, and I liked the way she said it, and I've heard it before, and it rings so true to me, is you can tend to internalize that kind of rejection, and really it can tear you up inside, you know. And when I started this channel, I've talked to you guys about it before, it was, you know, that was my biggest fear, was rejection. So to be loved on and to be accepted and to be welcomed by you guys is never something I take for granted. It's just always such a wonderful blessing. I'm looking here. I think I used all of the piece that I cut, so I'm going to cut just a little bit more. I don't need a ton more on the, I just need to hit this bottom piece. What time is it? Okay. And I want to add back in some of this color, because I want this color to kind of shine through as well on these wallpapers. See, I liked that word, and now I'm covering it up. Okay. And then what I usually do is I will sew up both sides of this once we get it to a place that I feel like it's you know, it's cohesive and it's looking like I want it to look. I'm debating, because I don't want to put, I'm debating on what paper to put down here, because if I put the book page, I have some more of her wallpapers, Miss Laura. These are so pretty. I'm trying not to hoard already. I'm trying to start using stuff right away, because otherwise I will hoard it and I'll forget I even have it. So I brought these out. I was like, you know what? I'm going to start trying to use things that are given to me. I do have a tendency to save them and hold on to them forever and ever and ever. And yeah, not good. So we're just going to bring in some more, a little bit different color with the others, so that it's kind of mixed up and not the same thing over and over and over. I'm going to put that here. I want some hanging down on this side. Okay. Oh, I hear all this, like, it sounds like it's from way far away in their house, and I keep hearing all these sounds that make me wonder if they're screaming, you know, like sounds in the background, and I can't hear it super good, and the way our houses are situated, and the way this house is built, the brick kind of blocks the sound sometimes, and sometimes I just hear like this screaming, and I'm not sure if it's an animal or a person, and it kind of just or if it's play, you know what I mean, if it's somebody playing or puppies fighting. And because of the stuff that's happened next door, I kind of get scared. I get worried, I should say, a little bit concerned. I don't know if you guys can ever hear what I hear over here, but there's times when I hear stuff and go, oh, I hope you guys can't hear that, because it's not good. And yes, I've called the authorities, and you know, if people are going to lie about what's going on inside the house, you know, the authorities just leave. They don't do anything unless they catch you. Yeah, so anyway, I'm not going to start talking about that. Okay, so now I have got pretty much everything covered. Okay, it doesn't look like much yet. I'm hoping it will look like more when I'm done. And I'm now going to start bringing in a few pieces, and I do think that I'm going to make sure and distress some of that, because I want, these are kind of more top pieces. Let's see here. Oh, I have these adorable little butterflies. These would be cute, kind of stripped here and there. Let's see. You know what? Not the glue to use. Let's use this. It's they're printed out on vellum, and so I don't want to use them with the art glitter glue. It'll show right through that vellum. And I'm just going to kind of, I was going to do it in the center, but now maybe I will do it in the center, because I'm probably going to sew up the sides. So yeah, might be better. This is not, there we go. Okay. And then I have some more. I have a few other pieces here that I'll probably just, I'm trying to get this all over. Pam is so good at running this down and getting it on all the, you know what I mean? Like all the sides. I am not, for some reason. I am not. I have 3 pieces that I can see. Actually, I have 4, but I'm going to use 3. And I'm just going to run these as a little fun thing. Mush, mush, mush. Okay. I don't know if this glue is going to hold these down, because that vellum is so curly. I don't know. It might not work. I may have to use. Come on, stay for me. Okay. I don't want to sew in the middle of the butterflies. That's why I was thinking if I sew up the sides, then I can probably catch these edges. Let me see. Is this going to show through? Let me look. It'll definitely hold it down a little bit better than the glue stick is. I haven't used these, and they've been laying in this bowl forever, and they're just as curly as can be. I'm just down here doing the same thing. I know I'm out of frame. I'm just gluing these down. Okay. And then here. Probably should grab a dry wipe and use it, huh? See, they're not wanting to stick. Come on, stick for me. They're so cute. I know they'll look cute underneath stuff. It's going to be a peekaboo game for most of this stuff, where you just see little hints of it. It's not going to really stand out too much. Yeah, it just doesn't want, it doesn't want to stick. You see me? I keep gluing that same spot. Stay down. All right, now I got this other bowl, and what I was thinking was I could do some sections, like, you know, some blues on there, as well as the burgundies and pinks and stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and, now if this is gonna hang off, I distress it personally, just in case, because I don't want it, you know, showing. And I know that that part is going to be off the corner of the snippet roll. So, yeah. This is a really fun way to use little pieces that you you know, that you like and you wouldn't you might not normally use. If you like have a bunch of stuff that, you know, fussy cuts or even just scraps of little things, little pieces, doing this kind of project is a good way to bust those scraps. And also it's a good way to make something that, you know, each little section can be utilized for something fun, you know, and something different. And like I have this piece here, and I probably won't use it because it's so shiny, but you know, just using some things that you probably have just had sitting around, and then all of a sudden they're like this adorable little addition to your journal in this little snippet, you know. If you haven't done snippets at all, they're fun. You can also make them like project oriented, so like kind of a theme. So I'm turning this little corner kind of into a, even though there's flowers there, I'm turning this kind of into a guy corner by putting those men there. And let me see. And I'm also kind of focusing on doing some blue stuff here with the blue. Mostly because I am working on that blue topper I did. I'm making a journal from that. So, yeah, it's going to be, who knows, I might end up using this little piece in that. Okay. So as you can see, that little corners come into life on top of that collage, you know. And I'm really glad, because while I was starting this, my brain was hurting so bad. I was thinking, I don't even know if I can think straight enough to create something pretty. So I'm kind of grateful that this is actually looking like, you know, something. I kind of like this word, so I think I'm going to put it over on another spot, but it's been in there for a minute. Like I said, it's kind of a good way to use up stuff that you've had sitting around for a while, and you're like, oh, you know, I really like that, but I haven't used it yet. This is a fun way to utilize pieces that you haven't used. You know, Tina does such a great, we were just talking, I was talking to, the person I was talking to yesterday was Miss Lori, and her and I were discussing some stuff about, you know, about what we do, junk journals. But one of the things she pointed out, and it's so true, how fun it is to watch Tina just create and create and create off of the mess on her desk. And that is what I'm doing right now. I'm just grabbing some stuff. And yeah, we all, unless you're super neat and you have a place for everything and everything in its place, I think most of us have just got those scraps that are sitting in little drawers or little bowls, you know, and we haven't necessarily utilized them. And kind of the way my brain works is like, I put those men down there, so that became like a certain type of corner. This is being more floral. I will build on that. This would be a good thing to add to here. And as I lay something down, it might change as I put other stuff on top of it. But that one thing, that one focal point is going to grab my attention and cause me to go, okay, I want to add this, that, and the other to this section so that it stands out as being that, you know, about that. That's my focal point. And that's kind of how, and yes, I love to do my gold on these as well. So I absolutely love these little little snippets from Tina's kit. I think it's Myrtle Cottage, I believe, or it might be Cottage something. She has two of them, and I love the stuff from it. So I use those a lot when I see them, when they come up. Now here is a cigarette card I've had forever, and this is an authentic cigarette card. I ordered these from someone off of eBay, and they were out of the UK, and this is just one, but I think that's really cute, so we're going to use that one on here. The Cries of London, A Sense of 25. I was looking to see if there was a date or anything. There's not, but it's very old. Let's put it that way. It's very old. I've actually gone online and found some of these where they had the age on them and like what number they were, and you could find them. And yeah, it's pretty cool. So this little section down here will be focal. He'll be my focal point probably, and I'll build some things around him. Let's see. Love Tina's little signs. These are always a fun addition. These are just stamps that I got in a digi from Tina, but I cut them with the specialty scissors and just kind of gave them that edging. So I'm going to put this on sideways. So you guys are probably getting the gist of what I'm doing here. I got these little, these all came in the same kit. They're from, oh, goodness. I haven't said the name in a while and I can't think of it, the shop. They're in my list of favorites. Oh, what's wrong with me? I can't think of the name. I cannot think of the name. It's something Cottage, and it's a shop that I get a lot of stuff from. Anyway, but I haven't bought anything in a while, so yeah, I can't think of what it's called. It's been a minute since I've bought anything, period. I have not been getting to do my shopping. I was very spoiled for a season there, and now, you know, and now you guys are spoiling me. The Lord is blessing me whether I can go out to go buy stuff or not. He's sent me my friends who continually bless me. I'm going to keep the blue going over here. I told you guys I kind of want to have some stuff to use in my journal. So yeah, I'll probably use these snippets on pieces. What I do is I use my snippets a lot on pieces of like my pockets or whatever. I even used one on a topper that I made. That's in the shop. I used one of my snippet pieces, and yeah, I like that. I'm just looking here for other little things, blue things that I can add to like this little piece. And then I'm probably going to bring in some faces here soon. I like to add people to my snippets. Let's see here. I do have this lady. I already had her ready, and she looks pretty right there. So I'm going to put her there. Let me get these edges a little bit. I don't know how much of it will stick out over the edge, so. Okay. Okay. I had planned to use her already. That's why I grabbed her out, because I knew I wanted to put her. And you know, with something like this, I don't have enough vintage ephemera or vintage pictures and images and stuff to actually, I just don't own enough. And I don't have access to enough to actually use that on something like this, because I have to, I don't want to say hoard those things, but I have to keep them for special things that I make. You know what I mean? I need to be sure, oh, this is what I want to use for this, because it'll never be, as Tina always says, I'm never going to be able to get that back. But the big one for me is I really don't have that much access. You know, I don't live somewhere where there's a lot of ephemera sold. That's cool ephemera that we would use, that I would want to use. Can't afford it right now to really go buy any. So yeah, I'm using my fussy cuts and my digis because, yeah, for me, that's what I have for something like this, for a project like this. Like the scratch journal, I filled that with goodies, ephemera goodies. And that's, you know, that's the kind of thing I would want to keep those for. So don't feel like you have to have a lot of, you know, stuff for this kind of project, because you don't. I'm looking here real quick. My little box. Oh, and then I also brought this little guy here. Let me see. I had cut. I'm not ready for butterflies. Butterflies are more toppers for me. Now my time is almost up, but you guys get the idea. And I'm going to be adding some, maybe I'll do it on this side so that you guys can kind of see. I'll be adding, like, probably adding some butterfly or some flowers. Let's see here. What do I have? Or even some of these little bows. I love those. Those are really nice. Okay, in fact, I'll go ahead and add one right now. And I don't know for sure if I'm going to end up sewing this one or not. I might though, because that'll fit, you know. We'll see. But so like this would, for me, this would be probably a section of snippet, or even here. And then this lady's going to be one. And probably like to here. So this would be something I would put like on a pocket, or somewhere that I had, or like I said, a topper, or somewhere that I have kind of a wider area. And then you can have like little shorter, you know, pieces that you would use for, you guys get the idea though. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye for today, and I love you, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed today's video and that you felt inspired. I know it wasn't a super exciting video, but please forgive me for that. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I love you. Bye.